Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
All right, everybody.
We're back to talk Love and Hip Hop, Season 3, Episode 3. This is the Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop edition. This one was called All for One and One for Brawl. This was a good episode. There was a lot going on in this episode, man. So really kind of floods over from the end of the party last week, specifically kind of the arguments that were breaking out surrounding a few of our castmates. Quickly, the main event turns into, well, there's a lot here. So you're going to help me go along with who's fighting who mistakenly fought who.
Yep.
Tokyo versus Spice. Tokyo's not having it. Tokyo kind of had started up last week, kind of calling people out, seeing like what your problem is, towards a few people specifically. Was maybe going to kind of de-escalate it. I don't really buy that from her. She walks away. No. She hears Spice chirp back. Boom, right back. It's not going to happen. Throws a punch. She actually used the phrase, y'all bitches want to rumble, and then started throwing punches. Bad call.
I told you, man, they fight on this show.
Bad call. During the commotion, though, there is a part where obviously Spice is on the ground fighting. Carly's involved. Carly thinks that she's getting kicked and smacked around by Mariah. So when all the pile ends, she charges Mariah, sneaks her, right? Yeah. Now we got another brawl breaking out. We got Mariah tit out, like yelling, being held back, trying to fight. We got them all brawling. We literally had the producers kick them all back to their room, and you still got Khaotic up on the balcony watching this all happen.
They need like his like official review, like because he probably saw it all like from that angle up there, which is
it was a booth review.
Booth review. Skycam.
Booth review for Khaotic. Khaotic said that fight was so bad that even though he's been shot 17 times, he didn't want to go down there. Khaotic does escape the next day, gets to do his workouts on the beach, gets to talk about how he's going to enjoy all the women again, and gets to be involved in the beach day activities. So far, nothing really crazy from Khaotic, but I am happy for him that he's released.
Yeah, it's good to see him on solid ground.
For sure. I did like the conversations that happened where they basically had to explain to Carly that Mariah Lim had nothing to do with it at all. So you're telling me, it's like the meme. So you're telling me she wasn't stomping on it. No, she wasn't stomping on you. She was trying to help.
They just see red. Like when this stuff happens, they're just gonna go for who they want to go for. And like anything happens, they're just like, I'm gonna take my shot.
Some great lines in there. I believe I think it was Carly who said, everybody acting the donkey.
Yeah, it was.
Or was it Shay? No, that was Shay.
Was it Shay or was it Lyrica? I don't know.
I thought it was Shay. I thought it was one of the two involved in one of the things. So I thought it was Shay, but again, you can correct me in the comments.
Yeah, somebody
I'm doing my best.
Yeah. So many people on the show.
Tokyo Vanity. Peace. Al, obviously you can't throw punches on the show. I honestly was getting psyched because I'm like, is this show a show where you could like throw punches and not get thrown off?
I think maybe just because it's a vacation. Normally, like they throw punches all the time, and there's no issues.
There's no getting kicked out.
So is she the one that got like completely like dunked on by that whole margarita mix that Spice like she like walked away for a second and then took it and threw it on somebody? Was it her?
I thought Spice was definitely the one that threw the drink.
Yeah. Was she throwing it at Tokyo?
It was. I thought it was at Shay.
Oh, was it? Okay, it was at Shay. Okay.
I thought it was at Shay.
I think you're right.
Because Shay and Amara are having the beef, right?
Yeah.
And that's why Amara was saying to Spice, like, I always know you have my back, because she's the one that escalated things incorrectly.
She got that pretty close to her for.
I needed
like 90%.
I wanted the full. Even though I didn't think of it, you don't be throwing drinks.
No, but that you can throw. If you can make it that far, throwing like a Gatorade cooler size of liquid, I'm all for it.
They did the beach challenge on this one, Brian. I'm not really going to go into the actual challenge other than, unlike Survivor and the challenge, they can keep us up to date on who's in the lead.
Exactly.
After each leg, there was actual good commentary at all times being provided, like who's in first, who's doing bad, who's still losing. Like, thank you. Like, Jeff, you need to watch this a little bit. All right, like
Right.
get your narrating of the challenges back up a little
They
bit.
Chaotic it reminded me of like a SpongeBob episode where he's like on the board and like it was like the arms would like go
Yeah,
really quick. It just made me.
they're like propellers. Any other major items from this episode you want to touch on?
I think next week is definitely for you because you don't know a lot of these characters. Like when they do this like little what is it? What do you call it when
Kind
you
of
do
like a beat.
it's
Oh my god, what do they call
poetry,
that?
Def Jam poetry?
Not a poetry jam,
Yeah,
Def Jam.
poetry.
Yes, but yeah, poetry
Poetry jam.
jam. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a couple people on there that actually had some like really terrible things happen to them, and you'll kind of get a gauge of like why they're like like there's some of their like I guess traumas,
They're
but
all. I was gonna literally say all these people are deeply traumatized in some
yeah,
way.
and
Something that it is going
yeah,
to give context and make people probably be fans of them and then want to go back and see like their
right,
transformations or just see them be super fun throughout their history. So really enjoying it so far. I definitely am sure for fans of the show, this is just like for myself with like the Housewives, how this has just got to be like an all-star thing. And as I go through the past seasons as well, it'll definitely gain some good context. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check out everything else we have going on reality TV wise. This week we have some cool stuff, including the season finale of Survivor. We still are continuing our Love Boat coverage. We just finished up the Amazing Race last week. You can check out our finale coverage there. We're going to do a little bit of coverage / preview of the season 5 trailer of The Circle and kind of comment on some of the cast reveals. So a lot of good stuff coming on the channel. So just make sure you're liked and subscribed, and you will catch everything we do. But for myself and Brian, until next week, thank you. Peace.